Okay, so excuse the fact that I'm just getting ready. But yeah, here are a few things that I wish someone had told me growing up. Um, when I was younger, when I was a teenager. Excuse my hair, I know it's a mess. Um, First of all, my hair. Not to have relaxed it. Do not relax your hair. If you have afro hair, just don't do it. Especially when you're young. When you're very very young, don't go all out with the adult relaxers and stuff like that. It's just too harsh. It just ruins your hair, your curl pattern. Literally spend years trying to get your hair to the length that you used to be able to get it when you were younger, which was like down to here. Trust me, it's not worth it. Second thing I would tell my younger self, if I could go back in time and tell my younger self something, it would be that these older guys are not genuinely interested in you and they don't really care for you at all in that way, shape, or form. So just leave them be. Date people your own age, especially while you're a teenager. Date people your own age. Um, because a lot of these older people are literally just here to groom, nothing else. And a lot of people be like, oh no, I'm not. It's not like that. And those are the same people that have unfortunately been very much just groomed for a very long time and not realized it. Um, Second thing, no, that was the second thing. So yeah, just leave older guys alone. That's what I tell my younger self, and what I'll tell young people today that are teenagers. Leave these older guys alone. If you're a girl, if you're a guy, leave these older women alone. Older people only go for you because they need someone to be able to manipulate, or that they think they are able to manipulate. They look for easy targets. Now, I know a lot of you think you're grown enough and everything like that. I know a lot of you will not listen to a word I say because I used to be like that as well, to be fair. I didn't used to listen to advice that older people would give me. I used to think they were just being silly or whatever. But it is true. It is true what the older generation will say to you that are more awake and more mature, which is older people are not looking for anything serious or committed. They're literally just there to groom young people if they're dating you. Now, third thing I would tell myself, my younger self, would be to definitely make sure you have a lot of options when it comes to your education. Whilst it is still free, especially if you live in the UK, go to college. Go do all the courses you can do. You can do at level 1, level 2, level 3, either or. And do stuff will get you that will enable you to be able to have your own business. For example, plumbing, um, construction, mechanics, hairdressing, barber. Yeah, hairdressing and barber is all coming to the same thing, I think. Anyway, yeah, just try as best as you can to do all of those courses, a handful of courses, a variety of courses as a younger person, whilst your education is still free. I could not preach this to you enough. Please make sure you do this because trust you me, when you hit 27 and you look back and think, whoa, like what was I doing with my life? I was sat in limbo with a job that never let me progress any higher than um, basic management or basic management, like team leader type roles. Um, or just roles that they knew they could abuse you in, so then you could do all the late or you could do X, Y, and Z that other people in the business didn't want to do. So yeah, one thing I definitely push for younger people to make sure they do, and if I could go back in time, I'll push my younger self to do, is to do a lot of coursework, a lot of different courses. Whilst I'm still young and whilst it's still free, especially if you live in the UK. The fourth thing I would tell my younger self and younger generation is if you want to travel, travel. Stop waiting on people. Stop waiting on other people to do things with you. If you want, whether it be traveling in the UK or traveling around the world, stop waiting on other people, because you will hit your late 20s and you'll be wondering where the time went. Like, it goes so fast. I cannot stress this enough to any of you. Like, it just goes so fast. So yeah, those would be my top tips for the younger generation, and for, you know, if you could go back in time, that's what I'd tell my younger self. But yeah, I hope at least some of you take that on board and acknowledge it, because it is really important. Sometimes I know older people are boring or whatever we are to you guys, but we've lived experiences similar to yours, not necessarily the exact same, but we are the ones that know where it goes. Do you get what I mean? We know where certain patterns go, where certain situations go, and everything like that. And yeah, that's another thing I'd tell my younger self. That'll be my fifth thing. I don't even know what number I was on. But yeah, fifth thing I'd definitely say is listen to the older generation. They're not just preaching to preach. They know. Some of them have been through it. They won't tell you that they've been through it because it was a really rubbish or harsh patch in their life or time in their life. So they might not tell you exactly what they've been through. But listen to their, and take on board their you know, tips and tricks of living, especially when they're doing well, even if they're not doing so well with themselves, because some people, they're giving you the tips and tricks so then you don't end up going through the same stuff they went to and being later on in life in that same situation that they are in. So I'm doing this on a rush job, so yeah. But yeah, those would be some of my tips. Oh, actually. And the sixth, yeah, pretty sure I'm number 6. The sixth tip that I would tell every and anybody: when you get a feeling or an inkling or a bad feeling about someone or something, do not ignore that gut feeling. Rock with it. Go with it. Do not, under any circumstances, ignore it. If someone's giving you bad vibes from the start of a relationship, situationship, friendship, whatever, do not ignore it. Make sure you just bounce. Leave that person alone. Don't even entertain that person anymore, because if you stay, their true colours will shine even brighter than how they shone a few months or weeks or whatever ago. And you need to not be so giving of chances to people. A lot of people like to give people multiple chance after chance after chance, and all it ends up doing is giving you more chance at getting hurt or getting just hurt, whether it be mentally, physically, emotionally. So yeah, those are my top tips. I hope they help someone.